Welcome back to the Fertility Coaching Mastery Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kela Smith, and today we are talking about something that's going to hit home for a lot of you. But before we do that, I just want to remind you, if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, make sure you take a second and hit that follow button and leave us a review. This way, you never miss an episode, but you also allow our show to push out to more people so that we can help more people build businesses of their dreams. That would really help us, and we appreciate you so much. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the show. If you have any suggestions, you want topics, anything you need, put it in the comments. And I read every single one of those, and I would love to connect with you. So today we are going to talk about something I hear a lot, and it's I don't have the money. This is one of the most common things I hear from coaches and practitioners who want to grow and pivot and scale or even just start. And I really want to address this honestly and with compassion because I do get it. I was you. I started my business from scratch with just an idea and a dream, and I've built it to what it is today. We continue to grow year over year. We do 6, 7, and almost 8 figures a year. We've continuously grown, and I've invested a ton of money. Every time I turn around, I'm putting a big chunk of money into something, into a mastermind, to be in the room with people that are doing better than me and that I can learn from, with a coach, with a mentor, or traveling to somewhere, or getting another certification, or investing in marketing and advertising and ads. And so I get it, but I want to challenge you because this is a belief, and this is something that can keep you stuck for years. If you say that you don't have the money, you will always not have the money, because if you've listened to my show at all, you know I talk a lot about what you put out there is what comes back to you. So the more that you create that energy around, I don't have the money, that is the experience that you're going to have. So let's get really real for a minute. And I do want to acknowledge this because I do feel like this is important. Because sometimes you genuinely do not have the money. I get it. You have responsibilities, you have bills, probably have a family, you have a business that maybe is just brand new. Maybe it's just an idea right now. You haven't even launched. And investing in yourself can feel very scary. And so this is not about judgment. Again, I've been there. I've invested 5 and 6 figures in things and thought I was going to throw up and was like, is this money going to come back to me? I don't know. Did I just sign my bankruptcy statement? So this is not about judgment. This is about awareness, because most of the time, I don't have the money is actually just an excuse. It's a surface level expression of something deeper. And so what is really underneath all of this? So let's unpack that for a minute. I don't have the money often means I'm not sure this is going to work for me. I'm afraid I won't get a return, or I won't get this money back. I don't truly believe in myself or trust myself yet. And what if I invest and it doesn't pay off and then I look stupid and I'm out the money? And all of those fears are valid. But here's the truth. Every successful person that you look up to has had to make these hard decisions and has had to invest before they felt truly ready, and has had to get creative with finding the money if they don't have it. Because that's the thing. You will pay for what you want. You'll figure it out. When I first started building my business, I would open credit cards, I would borrow, I used part of my inheritance. Like, I got crafty with this because I knew I wanted to grow and I knew where I wanted to go, and I knew that to open a business, you have to have money to put into it. But the thought is you're not just putting money in to throw it away. You're investing it in your business so that your business will grow, and then the business pays you back. And then you make even more money than you put in the first place. And then you continue to do that. And that's when we get into scaling and we get into things in the business that are just automatic returns. Like you're making money while you sleep. You're making money on, referral partnerships and supplement sales and things that are just constantly running in the background. And so, but in the beginning, it does require you to invest. Growth requires you to move forward before you feel 100% ready. And there's a flip side of this too. There's a cost of staying stuck. So instead of asking yourself, can I afford this? Do I have the money? I want you to ask yourself, what is the cost of me not doing anything and staying where I am? Because staying stuck and not moving forward, that also has a cost. You're losing time, you're losing missed opportunities, clients that you could be helping, income that you're not creating. And for many of you, the cost is actually much higher than the investment you're avoiding in the first place. If you never get started and you never put the money out to start your business, or if you never continue to invest in your business, then it will die. And I've worked with so many practitioners and students who have said they didn't have the money and then they've waited. Maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years, and they haven't really moved forward. They haven't taken action. And then they end up either not starting or they close their business because their business isn't growing because they didn't invest in systems to allow their business to grow. Or they didn't invest in their credentials or their marketing or their legal pieces. And almost every single person that I talk to that does end up eventually investing, they all say the same thing. I wish I had done this sooner and not waited. I wish I had invested in myself sooner and grew faster and grew further than where I'm at right now. And there's a big difference between an investment and an expense. An expense leaves your life and you never see that money again. And some expenses are just unavoidable in business. I mean, you have to pay for platforms and systems and, office supplies and some things that maybe directly aren't going to pay you back. Although it's all building your business, but sometimes it's not a direct investment. Whereas an investment has the potential to multiply. If you invest in your team, they're also working to build your business. So now you've multiplied the people that are building your business. If you invest in marketing or organic growth or advertising, that's going to pay you back because the money you put in is hopefully going to double and triple and quadruple. And so it's going to pay you back. Also, when you invest in things like your skills, your knowledge, and your ability to help people, your protocols improve, your abilities improve, and then you're able to grow. And usually that comes from referrals. The more you help people get the results that they're after, they're telling their friends, they're telling their family, you're building something that can generate income and long-term impact. And this is especially true in the fertility space because the demand is growing. 1 in 6 women and couples globally are struggling with infertility, and people are actively looking for fertility coaches and support. And one of the biggest mindset shifts that I want you to make, successful people are not the ones with the most resources. They're not the ones that are the richest or that have the most money to invest. Some of the most successful people started out flat broke, but you know what they did that is different from what you might be doing? They figured it out. They rearranged their priorities, they created a plan, and they made decisions based on where they wanted to go, not where they currently were at. Because if you wait until everything feels comfortable, you'll never do it. Business building and starting a business and entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It is for somebody that has grit and determination and will stop at nothing until they reach their goals of building what they want to build. And if you wait till everything feels comfortable and everything is perfect, you'll wait forever and you'll never do it. That's what so many entrepreneurs either never start or they fail within their first couple of years, is because they're not consistently investing in the right things that are going to give them a return and help them to grow faster and easier. And you don't want to wait for the confidence to do this. You have to push through and just build through this action. So, what happens when you decide to take action? When you make a decision and you make a real decision that you want to invest in your business, that's when everything starts to shift. You show up differently, you think differently, and you take action differently. I know every time I invest in a big program, I'm showing up, man. If I'm putting out that money, I am showing up and I am killing it. And every single time I do that, the money comes back tenfold and I grow a little bit more and a little bit more, sometimes a lot more, but I always am growing when I'm doing investments and I'm investing in my business and in myself. And you'll also notice that opportunities start to appear because you're moving forward. You're not staying stuck in indecisiveness, you're moving forward. So, if this is something that you've been saying to yourself, I don't have the money, that's too expensive, I can't afford that right now, I don't know if I should invest, I want you to gently ask yourself and get really honest with yourself. Is it really about the money or is it about fear, uncertainty, the timing, the belief that it won't work for you? And what would change and how would you show up different if you made a different decision? What if you did decide to invest in yourself with the mindset that this money is going to come back to me tenfold and it's just going to move me that much further, that much quicker? And almost as if it's a no-brainer. And the more you do that and the more you tell yourself that, the easier investing becomes, but also the more the universe and God or whatever higher power you believe in recognizes that energy that you're putting out. And that's the experience that you start to create for yourself. And so this is exactly why I created my fertility coach certification program, because I saw so many women and practitioners, they wanted to help others, they wanted to create big businesses, they felt called to do this work, they knew that they had something more to offer, but they were stuck. They were stuck in uncertainty, they were stuck in lack of decision. They had no direction and they had this belief around money that they were in lack. I want you to have a belief around money that it is abundant and that it is all around you and it is going to come to you with ease. And so investing in yourself and in your business becomes a no-brainer because you know deep inside your core that it's going to come back to you and it's going to come back tenfold and it's going to be that much more exciting and that much better. So inside the Fertility Coach Certification Program within our Hormone Puzzle Society's Educational Institute, I teach you all of this and more. I help you build your knowledge and your clinical expertise around fertility and hormones. I help you understand root cause approaches. I help you create offers and structure your business in a way that creates a system and it's easy. And so it's easy to build, it's easy to scale, and you can actually start working with clients. So you're not just learning, you're building something real. And so if this has been on your heart, if you've ever thought about becoming a certified fertility and hormones coach, I want to explore that with you. Not from a place of fear, but from a place of possibility. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to be willing to take that next step and invest in yourself because the life, the business, the impact you want, it's all on the other side of that decision. I'm so excited for you. I am here if you need me. Check out our resources at fertilitycoachingmastery.com. Come to our next free masterclass. Enroll in our VIP Become a Fertility Coach Challenge. Follow us on social media at Become a Fertility Coach. And I cannot wait to see you become our next fertility coach with inside our program and change the world because I know you can. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week on another episode of the Fertility Coaching Mastery Podcast. Bye for now.